We've looked at ImmunityBio's expansion of ANKTIVA across the MENA region, starting with Saudi Arabia, for two indications: the bladder cancer unresponsive non-muscular invasive bladder cancer, carcinoma in situ and papillary, and also the lung cancer non-small cell lung cancer indication, which we can see in their pipeline right here. Essentially, these approvals in Saudi Arabia could act as a commercial gateway for broader MENA expansion. If all goes well, we could see a possible further expansion into neighbouring territories, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, with Lebanon, Syria and Egypt also seemingly to be on ImmunityBio's radar. Lebanon has the highest incidence of bladder cancer cases globally, while Syria and Egypt also rank among the countries with the greatest burden of the disease. We've also explored the approval of ANKTIVA in Macau and looked at the strategic significance of this approval in Macau in regards to the global expansion or the expansion of ANKTIVA across the Asia-Pacific region. The approval of ANKTIVA in Macau is only specifically for the bladder cancer BCG unresponsive non-muscular invasive bladder cancer with carcinoma in situ and papillary tumours. Macau is this territory right here, and it potentially serves as a launch pad for additional approvals across the Asia-Pacific region. It's the first ANKTIVA authorization in Asia, supporting ongoing global expansion across 34 countries and territories. The authorization was granted following a review that considered prior regulatory decisions by the US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and the European Medicines Agency, EMA. ImmunityBio are now engaging with additional health authorities across the Asia-Pacific region and focusing on developing ANKTIVA's initial presence in Asia, with the company's strategy to expand global access through reliance-based regulatory pathways. This means that ImmunityBio plan to leverage the approvals by the FDA and EMA to enter low-barrier entry countries and territories, and essentially it looks like Macau will potentially serve as the first regulatory and commercial launch pad into the wider Asia-Pacific region. And so it looks like now ImmunityBio plan to target countries and territories across the Asia-Pacific region where there's less friction from countries who will accept the approvals by the FDA and EMA as validation that the treatment is safe and effective. And so lower friction expansion targets could include the likes of Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines and Vietnam as possible locations. It's important to note that nothing's been confirmed as yet, but from a strategic standpoint, looking at the positioning of Macau and where may be a logical next step for the further expansion of ANKTIVA across the Asia-Pacific region, these countries are a distinct possibility.